Top Flight TV, Mr. Top Flight Films. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody is good, man. If you come in the room, man, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're catching the playback, please leave a comment. Tell me your opinion on the topic. Today we got three topics. First thing we're gonna do is talk about Umar. Um, Umar Johnson, that is, Dr. Umar Johnson, Prince of Pan-Africanism. Now, I gave my critique on Umar many times on this channel. Um, we know he's been trying to build a school, quote unquote. We know he has been taking donations for this school for a long time. We know that he purchased four buildings, two schools or something like that, four buildings in Wilmington, Delaware. And we've been keeping up with the shenanigans. Today, it seems like these schools are about to be auctioned off. New information came out yesterday. Matter of fact, earlier this week, new information came out. Shout out to a dude, his name is Lennon Honor. This dude dedicates his life to tracking Umar, to breaking down the information on Umar. Big shout out to him, man. He's very accurate with his information. And he called it. He knew before Umar knew that his buildings, his so-called school, was about to get auctioned off. I think he has 20 days to come up with $38,000 or he's gonna lose the school. So that's the first topic at hand, man. Umar been talking about the school for well over 10 years. I see clearly now, I see this clearly a scam. I don't believe he was malicious with it, like he wanted to get rich. I believe that at some point he got in over his head. At some point, Umar realized, like, damn, I can't build a school. I can't run a functioning school. And he just keeps receiving donations because he has to keep the lie going. He's very prideful. So he wants to keep it going. He wants to, make people think the school's still coming. Every year around August, we hear about the school opening. Every year, the school is supposed to open. So I don't believe that Umar had ill intentions at first. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Y'all hit the like button for me. I don't believe Dr. Umar had ill intentions at first. But I do believe that he is not as qualified as he says he is. I don't believe that he is qualified to do this school, even if he had all the resources and the money and everything in order. I don't believe Umar is ready for this type of responsibility. What we're witnessing here with Dr. Umar is classic ninja shit. This is classic ninja shit, and I'm gonna break it down. Listen, let me get a sip of this good coffee, man. Classic ninja shit is when you find yourself in a position of semi-success. You get a couple dollars. And instead of doing the right thing with the money, with the opportunity, with the success, you use the success and the money to be famous, to womanize, to get women's attention, to be the Prince of Pan-Africanism. Instead of being Umar the principal, he wanted to be the Prince of Pan-Africanism. This is classic ninja shit, man. This is what we're looking at right now. This is a classic case of not being responsible. When I say ninja, I don't mean black people. I mean ninja. I mean just ninja, period. We're looking at a classic example of somebody who was just not responsible, has not grown up yet. You dig? Dr. Umar is a great speaker. He has a lot of great information. He has a lot of courage to say the things that he says, especially on these mainstream platforms. But Dr. Umar was never qualified to open this school. Now, he has to come up with $38,000 in 20 days. I believe he's going to get that money. I believe Umar is going to get that 38 bands. And I'm going to tell you why. If you ever listen to Umar, he panders to Africa. He panders to Jamaica, the Bahamas, all of the countries surrounding the United States. He does it. His base is not just here in America. So you got people out here in these Caribbean countries, these African countries, they're still buying the bullshit. They still think that Umar has a school. They still think that he is somebody and that he's going to do the right thing. It's impossible at this point. It's impossible. Now, we're going to go to the deceptive part on Umar. Umar pulled some wool over he tried to pull the wool over everybody's eyes. Do you all remember back in, I think it was last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, Umar made a video about how broke he was and that his accounts were frozen. This was a setup. Umar knew something was going to happen to those buildings. So he had to get in front of it and say that the bank accounts were frozen. Because now we're here, he has to come up with $38,000. The bank accounts are frozen. So he doesn't have it, or he doesn't want to spend his own money to fix the problem so the school won't be auctioned off. How convenient is it? How convenient is it that the bank accounts are frozen the week, the month that they get this notice on the door? How convenient is that? Big shout out to everybody in the building. Unicorn, Caitlin. Listen, shady. Listen, I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt for so many years. Again, I don't believe he started off being malicious. I just believe that he's having fun. He's having fun. He gets to go around the country, speak in different cities, right? He gets to speak in different cities. He gets the high of being the main character, being the guy that's being booked. If you all have ever been booked before, it's a great feeling to be booked. It's a great feeling for somebody to wire you some money, travel paid for, hotel paid for. You arrive and you're the man, okay? You're the man of the hour. I think Umar has gotten addicted to being the man of the hour. He gets to touch these cities. He gets to meet new women, of course. He gets to meet new women. And he gets to be the Prince of Pan-Africanism, the #1 requested scholar. This is what he brags about. He brags about being the #1 requested scholar. So I believe that at some point, the school took a back seat. He didn't want to get help from anybody. People reached out to try to help him. I'm gonna get to the comments in a second. Y'all hit the like button for me. He had plenty of opportunities for other people to come out and lend him a hand. Classic ninja shit. And I'm guilty of it. Oh, no, I got this. I got this all on my own. I don't need no help because I don't want you trying to take the credit. I don't want you to help me because I want to say I did this. I don't want you to help me because I'm in fear that you're going to backstab me. I don't want you to help me because I want to do this my way and I don't want any constructive criticism. I can dig that. I can dig that. That's how I am with my business most of the time. Shout out to everybody coming in the room, man. Y'all hit the like button for me. I'm gonna get to the comments in a second. But the thing is, the difference between me and Umar is I run a videography business. And what I do, it really won't affect too many other people. Umar, on the other hand, has been talking about this school for 10 years. He's been standing on Pan-African business. It's safe to say he's a representative for Pan-Africanism. He has had single mothers out here waiting to send their kids to this school. Some of these kids are all grown up now. Some of these kids are I saw a clip, and I don't know how true this is, but this is what the lady said. The lady said she moved to Wilmington when he made the announcement. She moved her and her son to Wilmington, Delaware, to attend his school. She walked up on him and said, "Listen, where's the school? He's all grown up now. he done graduated." That's a bad look. Caitlin, where you from? What state you in? It's a bad look, y'all. A lot of people knew Umar wasn't gonna open this damn school, dog. I am very optimistic. I had some sort of belief in that brother. Not that I was gonna send my kids there. Not that they would probably be allowed to be there because my kids is mixed. So my kids would probably not be allowed at his school. But I was happy when I saw what he was doing. But he's a bad representation at this point. This is why we haven't been able to get nothing together in the black community. And I hate to say it. And I'm sorry, at some point we just gotta be real. Imagine if we all lined up under Umar and said, let's have him be the leader of this revolution. And then the shit hit the fan and he can't even pull out $10 from the bank to help us get supplies. Bruh, come on, man. Come on, dog. Imagine Umar leading the revolution. He talks like he is the Prince of Pan-Africanism. He's the King Kong of consciousness. He has the plan, he has the map, the blueprint on how to set and liberate African minds. But he can't pull out, at this very moment, he can't pull out $10 to get himself a Subway sub. Come on, man, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. Caitlin said, it's so easy to look like something you're not. Absolutely. Jaliski, what's up, man? Says free R. Kelly. No, we don't eat McDonald's around here. I try not to. I might get their breakfast out every now and then, but I try to stay away from McDonald's. Seister, I appreciate you, homie. Oh, shout out to California, man. Yeah, man, so this is gonna be very interesting. He's already started requesting donations. He already started requesting donations. And he needs the 38 bands before 20 days is up. Or he's gonna have to find a new abandoned building to sit next to. Cause y'all know he likes to sit on that little rock outside the school. Man. You know, the thing is, man, Umar is so worried about, this is a classic case of being worried about the wrong shit. He's so worried about who black men are sleeping with. He's so worried about who such and such or whoever is sleeping with that he forgot to handle his damn business. Worrying about the wrong shit, dog. You dig? Instead of focusing on snow bunnies, he should have been focused on FDMG. That's the school he had coming. I don't believe for a second. I did believe it for a minute. I thought the feds was gonna come and get him. I don't believe for a second that Umar, his bank account is frozen. I believe Umar is lying. He doesn't want to spend his money. More classic ninja shit. This is some real nigga shit, dog. This is the definition. I don't want to spend my money, so I'm gonna ask for donations. I'm gonna take my money because I'm gonna go trick. I need my money to go trick on the single mothers. You dig? That's the mind of a ninja, a greedy ninja, a narcissistic ninja. No, this is not a MAGA hat. This is a Nationals hat. Caitlin Holloway said he's big scamming. At this point, it's a scam. At this point, it's a scam. Now, the definition of a scam, it can go one or two ways. I believe he falls under the category of scamming the people at this very moment. What are we sending donations in for? Umar, I believe reality has set into the point to where he knows he can't open the school. He doesn't have the funds to open a school. He really believes that donations are going to keep the school running. And that's not how it works. Ian said, peace. What up, homie? Carmine Barrow says, your own blank people. That's cold. What's that supposed to mean? What's that supposed to mean? Because on this channel, I need you to understand something. At this channel, nobody is safe, man. I don't care what color you are. Everybody's going to get held accountable. You dig? We talk about a lot of racism over here. We talk about a lot of entertainment over here. We talk about a lot of politics over here. But just because Umar and me the same color doesn't mean I can't critique him. And I'm being respectful about it. I'm not being disrespectful. Shout out to Umar. I wish he would just sell the school, do something with those buildings, move on, find something else to do. Let the illusion of the school go. Just let it go, man, and just, because he can do great things. Do something else, man. Elijah Riggs, what up? Y'all hit the like button for me. Trail M said he's probably being attacked financially. Shout out to you, Trail. I don't believe it, bro. I don't believe he's being attacked financially. At this point, he should have took some of those donations and started some type of business. I know he did have a book out. I don't know how well that book did, but at this point, he should have took those donations and started a fundraiser so he can stop asking for donations, number one, because he's been asking for donations for over a decade. Yeah, Eli from LV. Yeah, he wanted to do it his way. And you see where it's got him. But my thing is this, you can't preach to me about snow bunnies or anything if you've been asking. You mister, you cannot talk to me about anything when you've been asking for donations for over a decade. See, I can understand asking for donations, maybe for the first year to get things started. Like, say, for instance, Tariq Nasheed, he did a crowdfunding operation. He did a crowdfunding organization. He raised $1 million in 30 days. That's respectable. When he got that $1 million, we saw a building. Not only did we see a building, we saw a museum that's functioning to this day. If I want to go over to the Hidden History Museum that Tariq Nasheed promised the people, I can go to LA and I can go to the Hidden History Museum. That's called good business. You dig? Begging for donations for over a decade, that's some other shit. I've never seen such a thing. Okay. So he needs to just sell the school. Let it go. Let it go, Dr. Umar. Sell the school, start a YouTube channel, Everybody will watch. He will make great numbers. Um, do your lectures and just stay out the way, man, because you're embarrassing at this point. It's embarrassing. You got your daughters out the street saying that you've never took care of them, and you so worried about the black family, but you're not taking care of your own daughters. You're not married to a black woman. You're not married, period. And you want to lecture other people on what they do. Look at you, sir. Caitlin said, remember, it's not what you know, it's who you know, bro. Could have been working on all those great connections. Yeah. David Hakeem said, Dr. Umar needs to go. Kim Williams, how you doing today? Fly Guy Guru said he's not trying to work with white people. Now, let me say this, if he prefers to keep everything in the house, I'm not mad at that. But we live in America, man. You're going to have to work with other people, other cultures. If he plans to open a school, you're going to have to go get permits. You're going to have to go get insurance. You got to work with white people, Mexican people, Chinese people, and some Asian people, in some way, shape, form, or fashion. You dig? You can't be really self-contained out here. A poet way of mine said, I get what you're saying, but the divide amongst us is not flattering. A poet way of mine. Shout out to you for being in here. Shout out for your comment. Now, please elaborate. Please explain. You said that the divide amongst us is not flattering. Now, what divide would that be? Because I'm not dividing anything. I'm just simply commenting on Umar's foolish behavior out here in these streets. BMG, what it do? BMG said, I think Umar's reputation is hit at this point. Yeah, it's hit, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. It's 2025, man. You can bounce back from anything. We've seen people bounce back from the worst in this climate. It's a new day. But his reputation amongst those of us that know, those of us that aren't stupid, yeah, it's hit. Absolutely. Victor Garnett said, do we like Whitey in here? Victor, we love everybody, man. We love everybody who loves us. We respect everybody who respects us. You dig? Eli from the LV said, literally, a rule in the States is you cannot discriminate against all that for school. Yeah, that probably would have been another roadblock for him, because you can't really have an all-black school, dog. You just can't for black boys. You know what I mean? Like, that's not really, they would have gave him a hard time. But the thing is, I don't believe Umar was going through the proper channels to make this school accredited. The school wasn't even going to be accredited. So when these black boys go through the school and graduate, they come out and go where? What job can they go to and say, hey, I graduated from FDMG? They're gonna be like, what? They graduated from where? Umar school. They're gonna be like, get the fuck out of here. Get your ass out of here. One said he messed his brand up. Yeah, he tore it to pieces. Year after year after year. Year after year after year, Umar has done things to really make himself look crazy, man. Leslie Zen said, hey, brother, how are you doing today from Texas? I love your channel. Thank you. I'm from East Oakland. Love your channel. Hey, Leslie, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. M said, a lot of charter schools are run by business donations, investments. Donations do help take care of some things. Businesses will donate to school. It's a tax write-off. Yeah, but my brother, M or sister, listen, I'm talking about he is going online. This is his method of donations. Going online and saying, literally, donations, donations, donations. Where are those donations? And he's shaming people into sending donations. Now, I think Puff got a school. I know LeBron got a charter school. They're not hopping online and begging for donations. It's different, but I get your point. I get your point. Jessica May says, as Charlemagne sticks up for him. Did Charlemagne stick up for Umar? Victor Garnett, shout out to you, man. Leslie Zen said, EA Ski, Oakland. Yeah, shout out to EA Ski, man. Yeah, shout out to Oakland. Lee Powers says, African Americans, I don't accept milk. Chocolate colored brothers, especially in the community. They don't share the same challenges as a real black man like me. Lee, I need you to elaborate, sir, because that's kind of wild. That was a real nasty comment. David Hakeem said, ask for money like a pastor producing. He produced. Listen, y'all. Besides the book that he wrote, I don't even remember hearing the book's title. But besides the book, what has Umar produced? Except for a lot of hot air. He's produced a lot of hot air. He bought some abandoned buildings. I give him that much. A lot of people didn't think they were even gonna see buildings. He did produce some buildings. It's like a clubhouse over there. You got homeless people living out front. There's absolutely nothing going on in the school. Nicole Stevenson says, Umar was getting back rubs in Japan eating Wagyu with that money. Yes, he was, dog. Did y'all see the video with Umar out in Asia somewhere getting back rubs in the jacuzzi? Derek Allen said, we all need to come together as one. Derek, I hate when people say we all need to come together because the truth is, shout out to you, the truth is we don't all need to come together. Because Umar is a prime example of why we all can't come together. He's a prime example. Everybody is not good for the movement. Everybody's not. You can't do business. This is a life lesson. You cannot do business with everybody. You see what I'm saying? Some people are the bad apple in the bunch. Some people's ego is too big. They're too much of a narcissist. They want all the credit. Umar's the type of cat, he didn't want nobody to help him with the school because he wanted all the credit, all the praise. You dig? Zakari said, what do you think about Muslims? Shout out to the Muslims, man. I respect everybody's religion, everybody's faith. Big Joe Nate says, sound like hating, I ain't gonna lie. Dude lifting the community. If he caught scamming, that would be, bro, what do you mean if he's caught scamming? I just told you he was scamming. We just told you he has been accepting donations for over a decade. I just told you, my brother, that he has 20 days to pay $38,000 or the school is going to be auctioned off. I don't think you're up to speed, my boy. I don't think you're up to speed. I appreciate your comment, but I don't think you are aware of what's going on with Umar. Big Joe Nate said, no way, I'm going hard on someone else's issues when I have my, look here, bro, I'm a YouTuber, sir. You dig? You're right here with me. What does that say? What does that say? Welcome to Top Flight TV, my brother. We talk about a lot of stuff. Let me tell you something, man. Everything I talk about, there's a lesson to be learned. All right? Big Joe Net, how old are you, my brother? There's a lesson to be learned in everything I talk about. We always have a message in my topics. You understand? It's something to walk with. It's life lessons that you can walk with. You dig? I've learned most of my lessons learning from other people's mistakes. You got that? And as we break down Umar, because think about this, bro. I want you to think about this for a minute. If we don't hold Umar accountable, other people will think this type of behavior is okay. You dig? We want to make our future generation better. You understand? We don't want to just keep shit a secret. Oh, he's scamming. Oh, let me not say nothing. I got my own problems. No, that's not how it works. We hold people accountable. The youth can see. It's a lot of young people be in my chat. They can learn these lessons that look, I don't want to take donations for 10 years. That's not how you go about it. The course Steven says there's plenty of receipts of Umar scamming, my guy. You just not paying attention. Listen, he still has followers that are gonna donate. This is the thing, y'all. There's still plenty of people out here that are going to give their hard-earned money to Umar so he can do God knows what with. Because clearly the school is not being invested in. Blanco LA said Umar been asking for money for the university since 2014 at least. That's crazy. A poet way of mine said white American will never let black American become as equal or surpass them. Also, like you mentioned, we don't want to be equal because we're the gods. Big Joe Nate says it will be illegal, I would imagine. What receipts? Well, the first receipt is there's no goddamn school. That's the first receipt, my brother. That's number one. After over 10 years, I'm being nice with the 10 years. After 10 years, there's no functioning school. That's the biggest receipt. What other receipts do we need after that? But I'll provide more. Another receipt is when he went on Lord Jamar's channel. Shout out to Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar offered him help. Lord Jamar said, my father-in-law has built his own school. I would love to hook you up with him so y'all can chop it up and talk. You know what Umar said? Instead of saying, yeah, shit, sure, I'm not mad at that, I'll do that. Umar said, I don't need to talk to your father-in-law. I got this. That was in 2019 or something. David Hakeem said, I loved and praised Umar, but after some time, finding out Umar is a Mason and he is not for the people. Umar the new Jesse Jackson, but we paid for Operation Push. That's deep, homie. Big Joe Nate said, what was raised compared to what was needed. All right, now listen, I'm gonna direct you to real receipts. I'm not nowhere near Lennon Honor. If you think that I'm bad because I'm speaking on Umar, go check this channel out. It's a cat named Lennon Honor. His whole page is dedicated to Dr. Umar. And Lennon Honor has all the receipts. And the last receipt or the last number that Lennon gave to us, it was over $1.5 million that Umar has received for this school. That's a modest number. Over $1.5 million. Eli from LV said, it's like me saying, when I'm gonna start a YouTube, donate today. Then next week I ask for money for something else. Then continue for a decade. For a damn decade. Crazy. Derek Allen said, I feel that, bro. I wasn't meaning like Umar because there's a huge gap. And it's about money. There's people like us and people like them, and we ain't on their team. Eli from the LV said, and MFers be falling for it. Yeah, man, listen. Hope is it's just like the preacher, man. It's just like the church. The preacher, man, sells hope. He sells heaven. You understand? And Umar is no different. He's selling this immaculate school that is going to have all the bells and whistles. And he's going to educate these black boys. And the change is going to happen and come from this school. So a lot of look here, Shout out to all my church mothers, my Christian women. But a lot of the single mothers, they fall for this the most because they have that mindset of they already locked in, giving the pastor 20, 30, 40, $50 every Sunday. You dig? Jay Rippey said, just seen someone say they don't F with Umar because he's a Mason. One said Umar smoked up that $1 million. Now, let me say this, bro. I saw a video the other day where Umar walked into the corner store that he frequents often. He went to the cash register to pay for his stuff, and the clerk behind the counter said, "No gin today, Umar?" Like the clerk didn't know he was recording. He said, "No gin today, Umar?" Because this man's he's an alcoholic. This was revealed. He has to be an alcoholic. That was very telling to me. Now I know. Now we know where the money's going. You know what Umar said? You know what his excuse was? His excuse was that he pours gin out to the ancestors. This is what he supposedly buys gin for. Come on, man. Jay Rippey said, "Damn, that nigga can't drink." Let me say this, bro. Jay Rippey, hold fast, my brother. He can drink all he wants. But if you out here preaching to the community about being the prince of Pan-Africanism, the King Kong of consciousness, and you out here, apparently, obviously, you got a gin addiction. If you walk into the, let me ask y'all this. If y'all walk into y'all local corner store, will the clerk behind the counter say, "Hey, no Hennessy today"? And if they did, you gotta be drinking a lot of Hennessy. You gotta be drinking a lot of Hennessy. You gotta be really shopping at the store. You dig? Come on, man. Come on, dog. So you can drink, he can drink all he wants to, man, but what we do know is, are you going to be the prince of Pan-Africanism, build this school? He's trusted. Listen, it's some mothers out there that wanted to send their kids to this school. Do you want to send your kid to a school with a nigga that's going to be in there drunk off gin and juice? Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, Big Joe Nate. I still got love for Umar. Don't get it twisted, man. And the reason why I got love for Umar is because Umar is unapologetic. And his information, I love his information. I love the fact that he'll go on mainstream TV and tell it exactly like it is. He's not compromised by any corporation. He's not compromised by any organization. I got love for Umar, but we gonna hold him accountable, man. You dig? Jay Rippey said, "Well, this is my first time on your page. What is it that you push?" I push justice, man. We about justice over here. We talk about entertainment. I'm gonna get to that Drake thing in a minute. We talk about politics. I'm gonna get to that DC thing in a minute. We talk about racism. We talk about justice, man. We talk about life, motivation, family, things of that nature over here. You dig? Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all hit the like button for me, man. We in here. Ethel said, "Do you believe in God?" I believe in the Most High, okay? That's what I believe in. I believe in the Most High. I don't know who that is. I don't know what that is. I believe the Most High is too big for me to even wrap my head around, to even try to understand, or to put in a book or a box. You dig? The Most High that I'm grateful for is too big for me to even know the details. How would I know the details? You understand? Yeah. I left Christianity some years ago. I wasn't a big Christian or nothing, but you know, a lot of us Black Americans, man, we was raised, you know, with Christian values and to believe in Jesus. And shout out to all my Christians. I'm not disrespecting nobody. But what happened with me was, you know, I started to do some research. I started to look at some things. I started to question some things. And a lot of stuff just wasn't adding up. You know what I'm saying? And the conclusion I came to was that, you know, the Most High is too awesome. It's too major for me to even. Anybody that says they know, I'm running away from them. You don't know how we got here. You don't know, you know, what the Most High can and can't do. You dig? So, and I'm not knocking nobody's belief. Whatever gets you through this life, because we utilize religions to get us through the pains of living. And I'm not mad at that, because life can be rough. So anybody's belief that carries them through the day, carries them through their life, I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying, for me, man, like, I'm a realist. I'm a realist. So when when Johnny gets a new car, and he says you know, God did this for me. And then right across the street, it's a little one getting abused. God's not gonna help that little one, but it'll help Johnny. What makes Johnny so special that God did this for him? Nah, I don't. My higher power is not a genie. Can't rub the bottle. You dig? Like, hey, let me get this money today, please, please. Now I believe that I can manifest. I can shout out to the universe, put some things into the universe, manifest and do the footwork and get some things. But my higher power is not a genie. You dig? Trent McKellen said, I know the Most High made us and Lord Jesus died on the cross. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Issy, what's up, man? Andrew, shout out to you. Hey, y'all hit the like button for a player. Jay Ripley said, the conclusion I came to was religion is to keep you in your root chakra. Brother X says, brother, is your nose just ashy? Where you see ash on my nose? Come on, man, it's summertime, dog. The sun has been doing me right. You see, I'm very well moisturized, my boy. Andrew Leach says, BD gang, O Block. Big shout out to O Block. Big shout out to Chicago. You dig? Dahone Entertainment said, what up? Shout out to you, Dahone Entertainment. Where everybody coming from, man? Y'all do a roll call, man. What city you in? Jay Ripley said, they teach us that we were slaves and was forced into being Christians with names like John. People forgot we have a culture before 1776, 4th of July. Absolutely. 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 Ty said, all know is God. Jay Ripley, 206. Med J, Las Vegas. Jesse Jane, LA. David Hakeem, Cleveland, Ohio. Michael Ange, Paris. We got Paris in the building. Shout out to Paris. We got Emma here from Florida. Raphael said religion is another form of segregation. B. Wayne, Carolina. Ism, Detroit. Shout out to the D, man. Big Chief, All-American. ATL. ATL, ho. ATL, ho. Creator said, vibrating thoughts, traveling in the human body. Time, happiness is as simple as baby. Addison Brown, what it do? We got London in the building. Cedric H from KC. Oh, NKC from Florida. Anthony Lee, Miami, Florida. Raphael Bellinger, Washington, D.C. Hey, Raphael, talk to me about D.C. We can move on to D.C. now, man. As a lot of y'all know, Donald Trump has unleashed the National Guard and federal agents onto the streets of D.C. Now, I have mixed emotions about this, and I'm going to give my commentary. And a lot of people might not like what I have to say about this topic. I am not for any authoritarian action, anybody to act like they have full authority over the American people. I'm not really digging that. But I'm not mad at this presence in Washington, D.C. I'm a videographer. That's what I do for a living. I shoot music videos primarily, but I do all kind of different stuff. I shoot videos with a lot of these kids, man. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. I shoot videos for a lot of these kids. And I'm very tapped in to the streets and the cities all over America. And from what I see, we know there's a lot of propaganda on the internet trying to promote this thing called black crime. We know that that is propaganda. But from what I see, these cities have a major issue. I'm going to give Donald Trump, no matter his reasoning or motive, I'm going to give him credit for doing something about this shit. Something. The Democrats did nothing. I'm talking about when COVID hit, it was a war zone in all of these cities. The Democrats did nothing. So my thinking, and it's not a popular opinion, but my thinking, the way I'm thinking is, something has to be done. I'm not saying something has to be done. Hold up. I'm not saying something has to be done in a hateful way. I'm saying something has to be done to save these goddamn kids. Now in D.C. alone, we know that carjacking, it's carjacking central in D.C. Okay? Listen, I gotta disagree. I was listening to my brother Tariq earlier, and shout out to him. That's my OG, but I totally disagree. D.C., PG County, Maryland, there is a carjacking epidemic. There's even a genre of music called free car music. One of my favorite genres. As an old man, I love free car music. But that should tell you how much carjacking is going on in D.C. A lot of black folks are in denial. And I'm sorry, I hate to come across like this. It is what it is. There's a whole music genre called free car music where they talk about carjacking. This is what they listen to when they hop in that carjacked car or in that stolen car. I'm talking about there are toddlers, kids, elementary school kids, unalived that we've seen in the past 3 years. I don't want to see that shit no more. If they need to send in the federal agents, if they need to send in the national, so be it. It is what it is. It's better than nothing. As the days go by, I've been debating, thinking, going back and forth, this, that, and the third. As the days go by, I'm like, well, so fucking what? I mean, it is what it is, man. And let me say this: I don't want to be arrogant because I live in Mountain, Maryland. I live in a great neighborhood. Okay, I live in a nice. It's a predominantly white city. I call it the white ghetto, but my neighborhood is nice. So I'm speaking from an empathetic place. I travel to these places, you dig? And I care about my people. I don't want to see my young black brothers continuing to go down this road. The OGs in D.C., they are good OGs, violence interrupters that I have a lot of respect for. But in totality, the OGs, they trying to be young, they trying to be YNs. They're not leading the YNs. They're not leading the youth. You dig? Everybody's out on the corner, smoking weed, drinking. Not everybody. But I'm just saying, when you see these videos in DC, when you see these videos in DC, and it's like niggas is waiting for the feds to roll up. Like, like, come on, like they excited that like, if I know the feds is coming to my neighborhood, now I gotta put myself into the mind of a 23-year-old. I would probably stand out there and antagonize them myself. I'll probably stand out there and call them all kind of pussies and whatever myself. That's probably what we'd have done at 23, 22 years old. But you got 40, 50-year-old dudes standing out there waiting for the feds to come. And when the feds gaffle them up, they're like, "Boy, what did I do? What did I do? Get up." Like, go in the home, go in the house. Go in the house. That's what you go find some business, man. Go find some business. Ty said we need to stop black on black crime. We need to stop crime, period. There is no such thing as black on black crime. There's crime, okay? There's white on white crime. Trust me, I live in Mountain, Maryland. It is an impoverished white city. And there's all kind of white on white crime here. There was a group of 6 or 7 people that just got arrested the other day. They were out in the street with knives and bats, beating the hell out of each other. Black on black crime thing is propaganda. Nobody commits more crime than the white community, the Asian community, and the Mexican community. You don't know of any black cartels, okay? You don't know of any black CIA-operated agencies that have brought tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of cocaine and guns into this country. So what is going on in these streets, we cannot compare it to the real crime. These are petty crimes. These are crimes over streets and drugs and money and just petty bullshit. But when we talk about real crime, we cannot forget the true criminals, the real gangsters. Okay, let me show y'all something. Out in DC right now, all the most thorough trenches are being ran down on by agents. And let me say this, I gotta be clear about this because people keep trying to say, well, we told y'all were next. After the immigrants, y'all were next. Then what the federal agents are doing, they are literally walking up to the residents, saying hello, and providing them knowledge and letting them know what they're doing out there, what they're looking for, how not to go to jail. So it's not, nobody's getting locked up and put on a plane and sent up out of here. People keep trying to compare our situation with the immigrant situation. They keep saying, we told y'all were next. No, we were first. We were first to go through these things. But when you see these federal officers in these neighborhoods, they're most, from what I've seen, they've been respectful. They've been respectful. Nobody's hopping out getting kidnapped and thrown into vans and shit like that. You dig? Yeah, B. Wayne, some of them are walking the beat. It is pretty much a show of force. You understand? It is pretty much a show of force. One said they educated the YN. Yeah, I saw that, and I like that. That was cool. The one video, I saw one video. I'm like, no, this is cool. This is what needs to happen. Number one, there needs to be a show of force to let the people, the criminals of the city know we're not gonna have a lawless city. That's why I like this shit. The show of force, the agents, the officers, is showing the criminals that we're here, we can come back. I'm not talking about regular everyday folks. I'm talking about the criminals, because in every city, even in these white towns, you got criminals that think they're gonna harm people, steal from people, and I'm glad that there's a show of force to say, look, this shit is gonna calm down. You dig? Angel B, salute to you. So a lot of the circle that I like to deal in, and the people I like to listen to, the influence I like to listen to, and they don't agree with me. You understand? But hey, listen, I'm very close to the youth. I see the effect. I've seen one too many pass away. I've seen one too many get that life in prison. I've seen one too many. I shoot their video one day, the next day they gone. That's why I take money when I get to the scene. The way I do my videos, you pay $50 for a deposit. I need the remaining balance the day of because I don't know what's going to happen to you. I don't know what's going to happen. There's a high chance that you're not going to be around to send me the rest of my money. And I don't want any of the racist, white supremacists to get it messed up. Because I know a lot of y'all are acting like, yeah, go to D.C., clean up these cities. It's so bad. They're messing up America. No. Yes, the cities are bad. Yes, there is a problem. But at the same time, to my white supremacist racist people in the chat, why isn't you and Donald Trump talking about a solution? Why aren't y'all talking about fixing the poverty in these cities? When are y'all gonna start talking about the underlying problem, the underlying reason why these cities are the way they are? When are y'all gonna start talking about that? JX Live 22, shout out to you, bro. Y'all go subscribe to homie. When are y'all gonna start talking? I don't want nobody to get it fucked up like I'm on some MAGA shit. I'm not mad at Donald Trump, but I'm not MAGA. I don't want nobody to get it twisted. When are y'all gonna fix the underlying community? The underlying this is just a symptom. When you see these shootings and you see these crimes being committed, that's a symptom of something worse, down on a deeper level. When are y'all gonna fix that shit? Y'all won't be so excited to come on here and brag about that, will you? You understand? PP said, brother, there are crumbs in your beard. I don't see any crumbs, sir. Yeah, that's gray hair, homie. That's gray hair. That's wisdom, man. That's wisdom. So yeah, I've been torn all week thinking, trying to weigh it out. The method that he's using to go into these cities, when I say method, I mean some of this shit could be illegal. They talking about some of the stuff that he's doing is illegal. I don't co-sign that, because if he can co-sign something illegal, that means he's lawless, and we don't want to give any man that power. But at the same time, I know this week, for these 7 days, there probably won't be any toddlers unalived from a stray bullet. You dig? Andy S said, bruh, he's targeting sanctuary cities. I'm glad you said that, bruh. Now, to the Democrats, we got smoke for everybody over here, all right? We got smoke for everybody. To the Democrats, and I'm not gonna be disrespectful. I'm on Facebook, and it's a lot of Democrats that are whining, moaning, bitching, and saying we told you so. They saying this is Project 2025 and all this hoopla. I want to say to the Democrats, what are you mad at Donald Trump for? You should be mad at the Democratic Party for running on that weird ass agenda. You should be mad at Kamala and Joe for running on this deceptive campaign. Those are the people you should be mad at. They didn't do enough to win. They thought that getting Meg Thee Stallion, Beyonce, Glorilla, this is how they tried to win your vote. Trump talked about immigration, cleaning up all of the undocumented people that just walked over here, the millions. That's why I'm like, fuck it. I didn't vote for Trump, but I'm like, cool. I would rather have Trump than Kamala and them. Kamala and them They opened the door to a rack of people who we didn't know who they were. So when it's wartime, the enemy is here. They in your backyard. They live in your building. You dig? So what are you mad at Donald Trump for? You need to be mad at the Democratic Party, right? You need to be mad at the Democratic Party for running on that weird ass campaign. You understand? Darrell Bauer said the voters for Trump are going through it. I don't know any voters for Trump going through it. I didn't vote for Trump. I'm not mad at what Trump has done thus far. He has done some things and said some things that I don't agree with, that I find to be racist. But I like my racism old school. I'd rather you be racist to my face than to do like the Democrats. Give me a big hug, invite me over to the house, stick a knife in my back. That's what the Democrats was doing. You dig? James Arnold said, I'm a Democrat and I'm not mad at Trump's incompetence. KP said, is Trump making it more expensive? Listen, at least we could say, from what I'm saying, and I grocery shop every day. I go to the grocery store every day. Eggs are down. Gas is down. Y'all know how bad it was under Biden? Bruh, let me tell you, man. Those last 4 years, it was nothing nice, man. It was nothing nice. It was a bad time, bruh. It was a bad time. I don't want to get too much into the Trump Democrat thing because I got plenty of videos on my channel about that and how I felt about that. Med J said Trump's name is on that Epstein list. It possibly could be. It possibly could be. Angel B said, smile on my face, stab me in my back. Absolutely. All the Democrats had to do was to acknowledge foundational Black Americans. All they had to do was say, foundational Black Americans, we see you, we got something for you. Instead, they try to play games. They tried to talk about minorities, people of color, DEI, and all these code words for we ain't doing shit for you, but we're gonna do everything for everybody else. This is what they did. And this is what they continue to try to do. See, foundational Black Americans, we are the Americans that built this country. We're the foundation of this country. It's not about being a Black person. It's about being a foundational Black American. It's about our lineage. We come from the lineage of people who were forced to build this country for free. They're trying to mix us in with all these immigrants. They're trying to put all the immigrants over top of us, and so they don't have to give us nothing. So they don't got to do nothing for us. You dig? And we just simply wasn't having it. So a lot of us sat home, we didn't vote, and they lost. Mighty Mars says, we are living better now, but I think there's an ultimate plot. Something big is going down soon. We just need to be ready. Hey, Mighty Mars, I totally agree with you, brother. Something is going to happen soon. Something's going to happen soon. It is. Beware these next 4 years. Be very aware. I've already started. I haven't done as much as I should. I've already started stocking up on water and food, canned food, food that's gonna last some years. I already started stocking up, man. You dig? I advise everybody in this chat. This is what I've been doing. When I go to the market, at least once a month, I go get one of them big Deer Park refillable bottles. $10. Y'all need to start getting water, man. You dig? I'm missing out on a lot of these comments, man. Anthony Nichols said, two wings from the same bird. It's the same everywhere, beware, Agenda 2030. Andrew says, something is always happening. It's called fate. Don't act smart. KP said, they've been saying that forever, though. Yeah, they have been, but the thing is, you see these little drills that they running. Like, this shit in D.C. I believe, is bigger than just crime. You dig? Trump is a wanted man. They said they had 50 million on Trump's head. This is what they said. I would definitely be aware. Rather be safe than sorry, man. You dig? Mighty Mars said it's not fate, it's humanity. Titanium Johnson said, be sure to our homeless set up also. We all need to be ready together. Mike Mook, what it do? Chandler Thomas says, this is our last president. I don't really buy into that. I don't really buy into that. Um, you hear all kind of conspiracies out there. One thing I will not do is be scared. The Democrats do a lot of fear mongering. They do an awful lot of fear mongering. Project 2025. Listen, man, I come from the ancestry of slaves that were enslaved in America. You cannot scare me, man. We've already been through it, man. You dig? You gotta try that shit on somebody else. You dig? Angel B, you have a blessed day too, baby. Chevy Carter said, we going on NBC, Dad? I don't know what that means. I'm not your dad, sir. James Arnold said, Caucasian women, Asians, and Spanish Americans forgot their DEI. Mara Gold 617 says, safety and protection is used as a tactic. Number one, to strip your rights and freedoms. I agree with that. Ron Mayo said, when stocking up, get water bricks and water treatment. Replenish every 2 years. Shout out to you, James. Leafy Green said, gave a like to your channel. Shout out to you, Leafy Greens. Terry Cole, what it do? Vulcan said, free Palestine. The last topic I want to talk about is Drake. Do we have any entertainment music fans in here? Are you all keeping up with what Drake got going on? You all know I'm very hard on Drake over here, this channel. Very hard on Drake over here. The lawsuit continues. Drake is still pushing to sue UMG over Not Like Us. You dig? At this point, Drake needs to be banned from hip hop. I still listen to Drake songs. Don't get it twisted. But this shit has gone way too far. Drake is now asking for information on Kendrick and his wife and Dave Free. And this is nasty work, y'all. This is nasty work. This is, no. Frank, I'm not a K-bot. I'm just being fair. We're being fair, man. I could not stand Kendrick. I could not stand Kendrick until this battle. And the reason he won me over is because of the saying, may the best man win. And I respect and I like what he did to Drake. You dig? I like the way he went about punishing Drake. And this was hip hop history, man. You dig? So, as a hip hop connoisseur, if you would, Drake needs to be banned from hip hop. He can do R&B songs, he can do love songs, but he does not need to be cocky out here like he is the GOAT or that he gonna spank something if somebody says something wrong to him. He needs to calm down, dog, because this is the definition of a bitch-ass ninja. He's the definition of a bitch-ass ninja. Take your L and keep it pushing. You dig? When Lucien Grange and them boys at UMG are done with Drake, he'll be lucky if he is still breathing. He has tapped on the wrong shoulder. He should not be going at UMG like that. You dig? So if they're gonna handle business over there, you trust and believe that. Sugar Bum said, why not? Jason B said he ain't like that. He's a good kid. He's a very good kid. He should have stayed a good kid. Why didn't he just stay a good kid? We was rocking with him real heavy. That new shit he dropped, what's that shit called with Central C? No, who's listening to that song? The What Did I Miss? That was a cool song. It just didn't hit the same. Cause he just sounds like he's whining. He sounds like a bitch ass ninja. What did I miss? I don't care if you love me. Like, come on, cuz, like, leave it alone, man. He's dissing LeBron James. He's getting LeBron's tattoo covered up with another man's name and number. Like, this is not hip hop, y'all. This is not hip hop. Demeanor said, "You mess with Shy Glizzy?" Yeah, Shy Glizzy, that's the homie, man. Shout out to Shy Glizzy, man. I got to meet Shy Glizzy. Yeah. Yeah, man. James Arnold said, "Many men and women lost rap battles. Drake should move on. He should have absolutely moved on." Lio Yang said, "I think Drake is hip hop." Yeah, well, you probably not from the States, brother. Demeanor says, "I was in No Yes with him in 2009. Oh, okay. King Harris says, "Drake created beef with too many artists, rapped, dissed them all, but can't swallow that L, then sue." That is not hip hop. My man, I agree with you 1,000%. When Pusha T spanked him, he ran and got Jake Prince. He ran and got his dad. And he cried and he whined. Kendrick put belt to ass and he sued. You can't make this shit up, man. He sued. He's still suing. Lio Yang says Clips is hip hop. Listen, Clips has been in rotation all summer. That's the album of the summer, y'all. Thank goodness for real artists, man. You know what I'm saying? Authentic artists. Dana White said, "Can you talk to the ops next for me?" That's where he lost me, bro. Like, that's where he lost me. Like, come on, like this. Look here, man. We knew Drake was corny from day one, but we liked him because he made good music. He got with Rick Ross, that gave him a great look. He got with Future, that gave him a great look. Then he just started getting too big for his britches. Then he just started acting way too gangster, dog. Next thing you know, he's on the track with 21 talking about sliding. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, dog. What? Now you crossing the line, buddy. Now you crossing the line. Why are you talking about slide drink? This is not why we like you. We like you for your music, your melodies, you know, a little bit of arrogance. But come on, man. Sugar Bum said Drake is hip hop. He was hip hop, man. He's disqualified. I'm going to be the first to say it here at Top Flight TV. Drake is disqualified from hip hop. Let me tell you why, Sugar Bum. He can never battle anybody else again. To be hip hop, you have to be able to battle and take your L like a man. We know Drake is not in any position to battle anybody. You dig? He cheated. He told the world, if you battle me and you say something I don't like, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to wrap you up in litigation. Jason EPC, what it do, man? Levi said he can easily hire goons. Nobody is scared of Canadian goons. Absolutely nobody's scared of Canadian goons. Have y'all seen these Canadian guys top 5? Like, who's scared of these guys? Nobody is worried about these Toronto cats. Lio Yang said 2013 Drake was hip hop. Yeah. Demeanor said, play Congratulations by Drake. Nah, I'm not taking, listen, I'm not taking away his legacy because he has done great things in this industry. But listen close. The people who have kept him afloat. See, I work in the entertainment field. So I understand that Drake, his talent didn't keep him afloat. The machine has kept him afloat. Universal Music Group has kept him on top for over 10 years. Kept him the cream of the crop for 10 years. The same people that looked out for him, gave him the bots, gave him the front page of Apple Music, the same people that cheated for him, he's suing them because they supposedly, allegedly did the same thing for Kendrick Lamar. Y'all hit the like button for me, man, if you already have it. Big shout out to everybody in the building, man. Sugar Bump says Drake is a legend. Yeah, he's a legend, but he's tearing his legacy to pieces. See, Sugar Bump, she just gets on here to be contrary every damn day. She just wants to say the opposite of what I say. Dana White, yeah. I'm in Maryland, man. I'm in Mountain, Maryland. You dig? I live in the mountains of Maryland. I love it. It is nice and quiet out here. Levi said, no, Jason, you BLM supporter, Kendrick fan. I don't know what that means. Sugar Bump says, no, I like Drake. Yeah, listen. I still listen to Drake. He has a great catalog. But I'm talking about on a man level, like on some personal shit, like on some, like real hip hop shit, man. No. It's over, man. It's over. He can't sit at the cool table no more. You dig? Antonio said Kendrick's on a different level. Yeah, Kendrick is definitely lyrically, hip hop, he's on a different level. My top 5, Tupac. It's like, nah. Tupac is number 1 on my list. I'm gonna go with Jay-Z. I'm gonna go with that's a good one. That's a great question. James Robinson said, is this the new Drake channel? Is this the Drake channel? No, it's not. We just touching on the topic. Dana White said, Biggie, F-O-E, Sue. I don't know what that means. V said, if this was lunchtime at school, Drake got to go sit with them girls now. Pretty much. Sugar Bump said the fans shouldn't be in beef. No, we absolutely should. We are the judges of the beef. This has always been. Listen, I'm 44, man. I've been around for all the major rap beefs. And we are absolutely a part of these beefs. What's up, y'all? What's going on? What's up, baby? Sugar Bump says the Beehive. Lo Yang, Andre 3K. What's up, miss? How are you? Good. Marcus Carmel said hi. What's up, Marcus? Brandon Shield says, can I ask you a serious question? Will you answer it? Sure, Brandon. Hyman Moore said, Drake definitely performs hits whether he wrote them. Man, that's another thing. A lot of my favorite songs from Drake, he didn't even write it. Mob Ties, didn't write it. Jaded, didn't write it. Energy, didn't write it. I'm talking about the lyrics. I'm not talking about the songs and the hooks and all that. I'm talking about the lyrics, man. There's literally reference tracks for these songs. Demeanor said, are you close to Sabiesville, Maryland? No, I'm not. I've never heard of that. Dana White said, Kiki, do you love me? Yeah, man. Like, isn't that a remix song? Kevin Matthews says, looking to Quentin Miller. Yeah. I mean, what are we talking about here? Look, at the very least, he cannot be considered the GOAT. He can't be in any GOAT conversation. He just can't. He can't be the GOAT. King Hurd said, but to use AI Tupac, this was not it. It wasn't it. What made him think he was qualified? This is what I'm talking about, dog. What made Drake think that he could use Tupac? What made him think that he is anything like Tupac? What made him think Tupac would even rock with him? Come on, man. He doesn't know how to read the room. This is what Kendrick meant when he said they not like us. Adrian's Fix says Drake has nothing but hits. TM said Drake name in everybody's mouth for clicks and views. What else y'all got to talk about? I'm not talking about him for clicks and views. I'm talking about him because he's a bitch ass ninja. Sir, is that how you get down? Let me ask you, TM. Let me ask you a question, sir. First of all, what country are you in? Are you in America? TM said that AI diss was fire. Y'all just hating. You don't even know the name of it. Tell us the name. Well, you gonna pull it up, but why didn't you say it by the name? Nobody knows about that diss. Nobody cares about that diss. That was terrible. Even he knew because he took it down. He took the diss down. Demeanor said Kendrick wouldn't be where he is at if Drake didn't exist. That beef put so much bread in Kendrick's pocket. No, 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 no. Listen, I'm gonna say it again. I couldn't stand Kendrick before this beef. But Kendrick was already huge. He was already an international sensation. Kendrick was already an international sensation. He had the Pulitzer Prize Award. He won all kind of awards. Come on, man. Now, did the beef gain him more fans? Absolutely. I'm one of them. Yeah, Lio Yang said Kendrick was huge in 2012. Yes, he was. James Robinson said Nas is the GOAT. What's your thoughts on J. Cole? My thoughts on J. Cole, he cool. He played himself, though. J. Cole played himself, man. He played himself. Kendrick got everybody, he got everybody just befuddled. J. Cole played himself when he apologized. When he apologized. He shouldn't have apologized. He hopped out that water real quick, dog. You know how you was a kid, you get in the bathtub, and you accidentally get in when that water too hot, and you hop your ass out real quick. That's what J. Cole did. He hopped his ass out that water super quick. TM said he took it down because Kendrick got the Tupac estate. You believe Kendrick called the Tupac estate? No, I don't believe that, bro. I don't believe that for a minute. Kendrick was, listen, that battle was nothing for Kendrick. It was so easy to take Drake out because at the end of the day, and I mean no disrespect, but Drake is not an authentic individual. He's not an authentic individual. He went to the West Coast for clout. He went to the South for clout. He started off in Houston. He is a chameleon. Now he's in London, gargling their balls, talking about London has the best artists. People like that aren't genuine. They're not authentic. It's easy to get them out the way, man. You dig? Come on, man. Come on. Drake started with Houston. His whole persona was Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. You dig? TM said, why you don't believe it? That's the real, I just told you. Because Kendrick, that was light work for Kendrick. What you act like the Tupac AI was so damaging that Kendrick had to call the Tupac estate to say, hey, tell them take it down. No, the Tupac estate caught wind. And they're like, hold up, cuz you cannot use Tupac without getting permission. That's how it works in the industry. Kendrick was not worried about that Tupac diss, man. Number one, Kendrick knew that Drake played himself. He knew Drake played himself with that shit. He even said it on Thank Euphoria. MRVV said Drake been trash. I can't agree with that, but I'm not mad at your take, homie. He gets no respect over here, man. Edwin says Drake is a social experiment. Yeah. Yeah. A social experiment. Yash says nobody messes with Eminem. Nobody, man, let me tell you, shout out to Eminem, great rapper. Nobody cares about Eminem in the hip hop community like that. In the rap community, nobody cares about Eminem, dog. Like, he's a novelty act. He's like Weird Al Yankovic. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Y'all go check out the Benzino interview that I did last summer. He breaks down Eminem thoroughly. I had Benzino on the show. This is when I had my in-studio interviews. But go check it out. It's on my page. Benzino broke Eminem down. I don't have to say a word. You can just go check out the interview. Dana White said, I tell him to his face. Taylor said exactly. Weird Al, Eminem. Herman King said, Eminem is a barsmith. Who cares? Who cares, dog? Let me tell you, the reason why we're not impressed with Eminem, because we grew up with barsmiths. We grew up with spitters, like, big deal. Only thing, and listen, no disrespect. The only reason Eminem is held in such high regard is because he's white. Black people been spitting like that forever. Go check out a guy named Master Ace. This is where Eminem got a lot of his style from. Master Ace, okay? For those of us that know, then you know. Levi said he low-key does that style the best. Yeah, I'm not taking away from Eminem's skill. Eminem is a great rapper. He's a great rapper, but who's putting on the death of Slim Shady? When I hop in my car, I have never turned on an Eminem song, ever. It's not for us, and that's fine. But we can't make him the GOAT of our culture when we don't listen to him like that. You'll be hard-pressed to find blacks that listen to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, like, turn, like, hey, put that Eminem on. No. We don't really do that. Sugar Bump said 8 Mile's a classic. Yeah, 8 Mile, the movie's a classic. Yeah, it is. Aville Vision said, yes, we do. Speak for yourself, sir. What country are you from? Are you from America? Hyman Moore said, M writes his own. I bumped the first album hard. Yeah, the first album. He done had 6 after. How can he be the GOAT if you weren't bumping the rest of his albums? Now, the reason why I give Jay-Z the GOAT that's still living, Jay-Z is hands down. And when we say the GOAT, that's subjective. That's preferential to who we like, in our opinion. I believe Jay-Z is the GOAT because Jay-Z could drop an album tomorrow and we're gonna listen to that album. And it's probably gonna be a good album. You dig? Yeah, Jay-Z, Jigga, Hove. 444. It still got classic records on that song. Adrian's Fix says, if you think Jay-Z is good, everything you say is discredited. That's crazy. That's crazy. James Robinson said, what you think of the Game Eminem diss, Black Slim Shady? I think it was clever, but I think nobody really took it serious. Because the Game now, if the Game wasn't name dropping all these years and clout chasing all these years, I think people would have respected that record. But the Game has been name dropping and clout chasing from day one. You dig? Kevin Matthews says, nah, man, it's Top Flight, got solid takes, y'all tweaking. I appreciate that, Kevin. Hey, look, I respect everybody's opinion. I'm not mad if somebody disagree or whatever. But, you know, It is what it is. Edwin Nanny said, Carter 6. Get that Carter 6 the hell out of here. Y'all know I'm hard on Lil Wayne too over here. I'm very hard on. I don't believe Wayne is a GOAT. I believe he had one of the best runs in hip hop. I believe he had one of the best runs in hip hop. I grew up when Lil Wayne wasn't that dude. Juvenile was that dude. BG was that dude. I bought BG's album. I bought Juvenile's album. Wayne was just a young boy who everybody was like, oh, he's young and he cusses. And he can rap a little bit. He wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? Mobo said, Wayne hasn't been Wayne since Dedication 2. Ty said, what do you think about Young Boy? I love Young Boy. I love Young Boy. I fuck with Young Boy heavy. Yeah, NBA Young Boy. I like cuz. I love it. Herman King said, Wayne is a barsmith. Nobody cares, dog. And he's not, let me say this. When you said Eminem is a barsmith, I didn't disagree. Lil Wayne is not a barsmith. Lil Wayne, I've never really been impressed by Lil Wayne's rapping skills. He doesn't talk about nothing, okay? And his bars are not really like that. They don't really, because you gotta understand, I'm from the era of real hip hop. You dig? Like, you know, now Ransom is better than Lil Wayne. Ransom is more of a barsmith than Lil Wayne. 38 Special is better than Lil Wayne lyrically. You dig? Erms the Sigma said, did Gilly write for him? Hell no. Hell no. Gilly didn't write for that man. What happened was Gilly was around Cash Money back in the day. I don't know if he was signed, but Wayne picked up some dialect from Gilly. Wayne picked up some rap flows, some of his flow from Gilly. Gilly never wrote nothing. And he got exposed. Gilly got exposed for lying about that. Stock Chris says, Jada Kiss or Twister. I wouldn't even choose from the two, man, because they two different styles, man. But I still bump Twister album to this day. I don't really bump Jada Kiss. I will bump a Twister album, you know what I'm saying? Ty said, who you think the king of R&B? Man, shit. Listen, I gotta go with R. Kelly, man. Either R. Kelly or Usher. I gotta go with R. Kelly or Usher. You dig? Yeah, who else? Chris Brown. Chris Brown. I love Chris Brown. I don't think he deserves the king of R&B. He don't got them classics like that you can play at that wedding. Like, what you gonna play? What Chris Brown record you gonna play at the wedding? Erm with the Sigma said, Twister and the Speed Knots was my favorite. I still bump that shit, cuz. I still bump that job. I love that record, though. I love that album. Jay Taylor said, how about JPEG Mafia? I've heard some of their stuff. That's cool. They cool. One said, R. Kelly wrote for Michael Jackson. Yeah, R. Kelly wrote for a lot of people. R. Kelly got the GOAT status, dog. Let's just be real. Ronald Chestnut said, Bone Thugs. Bone Thugs, my favorite group. Bone Thugs is my favorite group. Absolutely my favorite group. Kevin Matthews says, they got R. Kelly taking phone calls and swinging for bread on the books. Who else? Hey, all that aside, I'm just talking about his career. You dig? Who else has an I Believe I Can Fly? Who? Who has an I Believe I Can Fly? Who has a Bump and Grind? Herman King said, do you play E40? Nah, I don't really bump a lot of E40. I like E40 on some features. He got a feature on a G Perico song, Gangster. I like his features. I like some of his features. Hey, listen, man, I'm out of here. Y'all subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. I will be back this week, probably tomorrow. You dig? I'll probably be back tomorrow. I'm out of here, man. Y'all have a great day. I appreciate y'all stopping in here. Top Flight TV, we out.